Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at each personal month forecast for the month of July 2023. Now, keep in mind, the personal month calculation is different from the life path calculation. So make sure you check that before you listen to your forecast, just to make sure you're listening to the right one. You can find that calculation in the description box below. Now, of course, this is a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading based on your own personal numerology, please book some time with me. You can find my information in the description box below. Okay, so keep in mind that July 2023 is a universal 5 energy. So collectively, we are going to feel the influences of this vibration. The 5 brings about change, transformation, shifts. It also brings the need for freedom or, again, some kind of change if there's somewhere that we have become stagnant or if we're kind of off course and need to be redirected. This energy will come in and shake things up for us. Also, this is an energy that requires moderation. It's easy to fall into extremes when it comes to 5 energy. So we will be asked this month to make sure that we keep coming back to center. The energy of the 5 also is going to ask us to, amidst the chaos or amidst the change, to find our joy. What makes us happy? What lights us up? Are we surrounding ourselves with people who bring us joy or that create joy within our lives? Are we doing things, whether it's for work or for hobbies, that brings us joy, right? And so that will be put under the microscope this month as well. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at each personal month forecast for the month of July. Personal month 4. So if July is a personal month 4 for you, you could see some big changes, some shifts come up around the home. So the physical structure of the home or the physical body where the soul sits, right? So you could notice some repairs that need to be made. You may notice maybe you decide to move locations or buy or sell a home type thing and actually move home. That's very, very possible at this time as well. There could be some things that crop up though. So pay attention to, if the roof starts leaking, make sure that you get it looked at as soon as possible. Don't let it go because the 4 energy is all about the foundation, right? Making sure that the foundation is solid. So whether it has to do with the physical location, the physical structure of the home, and something comes up there where there's, something that needs to be fixed or addressed, make sure that you get on it and take care of it as soon as possible. Same thing with the physical body, right? If there's anything that feels out of alignment or just doesn't feel right, or there's some kind of chronic condition that you've been dealing with, it may be that you're able to come to some kind of find some kind of solution for that at this time. But I would also say if anything sort of pops up and you're like, oh, that doesn't look or feel right or whatever, holistically, right? Body, mind, spirit, then this is a great month to check in and just get it looked at, right? And take care of it. Same thing with if, you're feeling sort of disconnected spiritually or to your higher self or whatever the case may be. This is a great month to pause and take your time to really dial in and see what's going on. And if you can't figure it out, then this is a great month to, seek professional help, to get that assistance to be able to help you to, sort of mend that foundation so that whatever it is that you continue to move forward and build upon, that foundation is solid, right? That's really the goal of the 4. The other thing is you may notice some changes when it comes to, where you're investing your energy into. 4 energy, especially as a cycle, is great checkpoint energy. It's saying you're committed to whatever this is. Is your heart still in it? Because if it's not, then why are you still committed to it, right? Because 4 energy is very heart-centered. It's the 4th chakra, and it asks us to lead from the heart. So if there's anything that we're doing or investing our precious time, energy, resources into that our heart's not in and we're just doing it for obligation, we're not really serving anyone at that point. That at that point becomes out of, again, obligation, and that leads to resentment and lower vibrations. So again, use this month as a checkpoint to see where is it that you keep showing up or keep investing energy into that your heart was no longer a part of ages ago. And so it might be uncomfortable to face whatever this is and deal with it and sort of fix those cracks in the fault line or in the foundation, but it will be worth it in the long run. So definitely use this energy to your advantage to, clean up whatever needs cleaning up and strengthening whatever needs strengthening and releasing whatever needs releasing. What is it that's causing those cracks, and how can you alleviate whatever that is? The other thing I would say about this month is patience. It's going to be a big one as well. A lot of times when we move through a 4 cycle, things seem to slow down a little bit, and we're really sort of being forced to take a closer look at the details. It's great to hold the vision, but if we don't pay attention to the details, then we're going to miss something, and we're going to have to circle back around and clean it up later. And so 4 cycles allows us to really kind of slow down and check in with self, check in with our surroundings, make sure that everything looks good. And if it doesn't, then it's up to us to make those adjustments. And because we're in this 5 universal cycle in July, that coupled with your 4 energy is really going to be about potentially changes to the foundation, changes to the home environment, changes with your body, or again, shifting gears, or shaking things up, right? So if there's anywhere where it's become too rigid, too restricted in any way, then the 5 is going to come in and shift the gears a little bit, right? So that again, working in tandem with that 4 energy, you're building a solid foundation or continuing to build upon a solid foundation. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to wherever it is that you feel the pressure this month, because that's really where that 5 energy is going to come in and shake things up. And that's where the 4 energy is saying, let's get this foundation solid so that we don't continue down a path that down the road we might not be too happy with. Okay, around July 3rd, on July 3rd, we have a full moon. For you all, this is bringing in the energy of the 3. So communication is coming in really, really strongly around this energy. So there may be somewhere where there's been some communication breakdown that needs to happen so that whatever it is that you're building upon can move forward in a more cohesive and more solid way, right? So communication is coming in very, very strongly around this full moon. So you may have to adjust your communication style, or you may have to have a conversation with someone that's a little uncomfortable and maybe you don't want to have, but that will help to clean things up so that you guys, whoever it is, you and this other person or you and these other people, can move forward in a healthy way. So communication for sure is coming in. Written, spoken word, lines of communication opening up, or if there's a breakdown in communication, then it's going to be up to you to focus on that and try to sort of alleviate that congestion to the best of your ability. This is also a great time for creativity, but I would say this is probably going to be focused more on the home. So again, this is a great time for some spring, or depending on where you're at in the world, well, I guess we're in summer or winter now, but summer or winter renovations, right? Depending on where you live in the world. But this could be a great time to get creative with how you decorate. Maybe you just want to spruce things up a little bit or change things up a little bit. This is a great time to do that. This is also a great time to welcome people into your home. So like having social events in your home. Great energy for that, meeting new people, making new friends. Definitely great for that. Now, also, this is a great energy around this full moon for hiring contractors or people who have the expertise that you need to help you with something with the home. And that would also include, again, the physical body. So hiring a professional to assist you with whatever it is that you need assistance with. Great energy around that. The other thing I would say around this full moon, and with this 3 energy coupled with the 4 energy that you're in, is this is very much supportive for some big creative project that you want to launch or get off the ground. Just know that because you're starting it in a 4 cycle, it's probably going to be something that's going to take time to show any kind of rewards, right? Come to fruition. Because the 4 is going to make sure that it's done right and that it's done in a solid way so that it's sustainable and lasts the test of time. So with a creative project, you just want to be sure you're not being too rigid with it. You're allowing yourself to flow and be in that creative spirit. But the 4 is just going to say, let's just slow it down. Let's make sure we're using all of our resources. Let's make sure we have a plan. Let's make sure we're organized and there's some kind of system so that we can make sure that we're not skipping steps. So though it might seem like it takes longer to see the gratification from whatever this creative project may be, just know that it is a commitment with this 4 energy, and it will likely take some time. The other thing is, it might be that there's some kind of collaboration happening at this time around this full moon or relationship. And the 4 energy sort of brings in the stability. It brings in that long-term commitment type of energy. So, whatever relationships you forge, whatever kind of collaborations, it could be something that you're committed to for some time, which is beautiful. If your heart's in it, right? Okay, and then on July 17th, we have a new moon. Now, this new moon is going to highlight the energy of the 8 for you all. So this is bringing in potentially new starts that have to do with career, business, money, resources, status, power, business partnership. This is very much career focused. Now, if you're someone who's not working, then sort of translate that into whatever creative output that you are doing at this time. Or anything around the home that you may be investing your time into, really going to come into focus around this time. Also, money could come into focus around this time as well. Contracts. So this is actually, for some of you, this would be a great month for a wedding, for getting married, because again, the 8 brings in the contracts. The new moon is like new starts. Then you have like the 3 and the 4, which, we've just got a lot going on here around home, family, collaborations, working together, socializing, all those things. So weddings and then contracts with the 8 energy. So weddings would be very supported at this time. And also it's the month of July, which is sometimes a normal month for weddings. So very much supported under this energy if you decide to do that. Or anything that anything related to contracts. So again, buying or selling a home, adoption of any sort, right? Of a child or of a pet or something along those lines. Great energy for that. With the 8, though, I would say there's definitely something here around getting very serious and committing to something when it has to do with money, business, expertise as well. So if there's anything where you've got to commit yourself to something for a period of time to become the expert, this is a great month to do that. So pay attention to that. Again, think of the 4 as staying power, commitment. And then you have the 8, business partnerships, business, legal agreements, contracts, money, anything like that. So you have like this really strong energy behind you this month to start something that has the potential to be not only with you for a period of time, sustainable, but has the potential to be very successful because of this 8 energy. It has the potential to be very, very successful. So whatever it is that you do start this month, if you're on a personal month of 4, has the potential to just be very, very rewarding and with you for quite some time. So to that effect, I would say, make sure whatever you're committing to this month, make sure whatever you're signing your name to, whatever it is that you're putting your name behind, that it's something your heart is in. I keep coming back to that because that's so important. Make sure that your heart is in it. If you're doing it for any other reason than your heart being in it, there's a very good chance that you could have buyer's remorse from this experience. And it's going to be something, because that 4 is there, that's going to be probably challenging to get out of. Okay. Because the 4 is like Saturnian energy. Whatever we commit to under that energy, a lot of times, we've got to sort of see it through. And if we don't, then we still see the residual energy from that. So just check in with yourself this month. Make sure that whatever it is that you're committing to is what you want to be committing to. So very powerful, beautiful energy for you all this month. But again, it's what you do with it. So make sure you're using it wisely. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.